This past weekend was our 50th wedding anniversary, and in celebration of that, one of the things we did was to recreate a photograph of us at the altar. This is the 1975 version that a wedding photographer did of us. He used two bare strobes on each side, and I'll talk about the lighting that I did. Here's the altar without us in the scene. This is just an available light image. And this is a good start, but we've got some problems with shadows that we'll clean up. And this is the lighting that I set up for it. The softbox high on the left is our main light, and that'll be about a stop or so brighter than the fill, which is near the camera and to the right of it just a little bit. But you want the fill light as close to the camera as you can get it. You don't want it too high that it creates shadows under the chin, but I didn't want to place it too low and possibly cause some shadow problems from the camera. And here's the result. I used a self-timer on all of the altar pictures. This is a very good start. I'm liking a lot of things about this, but there are a few little things that need to be cleaned up. Here I accentuated the folds in the dress. I pointed my foot more at the camera. I used a different exposure for my hand, and those two changes were done to match the original photograph better. I also reduced some of the shadows on the floor from the altar. I grabbed the bouquet from a different exposure because the bouquet was a little sharper. It was actually a photograph of Shirley walking up the aisle, but it was tack sharp. So I used that one here. And my boutonniere was from the original first exposure in 1975. There was a major difference between the photograph that our wedding photographer did and the one that I did. We were a little small in the photograph that I did, so I had to enlarge us. So to do that, I selected us and then used content-aware fill to replace what was behind us. Now, it's not perfect, obviously, but it doesn't have to be. The reason we have to do that is because when we enlarge someone, some of the parts of a person won't get enlarged, or it'll just be moved higher. So something that's in the background will show. So we have to kind of invent that. Now here's the original size of us, and with us a little larger. Then there was just some cleanup that I needed to do. One problem when dealing with enlarging a bride and groom is the veil is somewhat transparent. So when we enlarge that part, the bright stuff behind the veil moves, and that just doesn't jive with what's really behind the person. So I had to do some work on that. And here's the final before and after that we displayed at our anniversary party. We made a wall portrait of it. By the way, the mat that I used is from Quick Mats by John Hartman. Very easy, very fun, and very versatile. You can make any size mat with any color, any texture, all kinds of options. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check into it. Quick Mats by John Hartman.